Giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. This is Brother Tazapai here with another lesson, and this lesson is going to be a quick response to this guy you see here on the screen. He goes by the name of Chief Ephraim, and he's with HOI under Zabak, and he's putting out some, I just say, for lack of a better term, unlawful and unrighteous decrees, all right, to meet up for the sake of proving a point to people here on this earth, all right, and the people here on this earth are getting ready to die. So why in the hell would you be trying to prove a point at this point to anyone, or try to make some self-righteous stance and then bring the scriptures in and try to make that about the scriptures. And this whole time, and even when you listen to this guy, it's an ego trip. It's nothing but an ego trip trying to flex power that's not there. All right, trying to flex muscles that he don't have and that we don't have. All right, and Apostle Tahar just came out, man. This last week or the week before, and he briefly mentioned Matthew 10 and 16, and that's where I'm gonna go in just a minute. All right, which he brought out, that we are supposed to be as sheep in the midst of wolves. So, like, and I believe that was just last week. And see, that's a lot of you people's problem. You know, you don't recognize who the men of the Lord are. Because if you would only follow the apostles, you'll save yourself a world of headaches. And I know this from experience. But yeah, Apostle Tahar just went into this, and then here he go, trying to show teeth. All right, and that's not what sheep do. Wolves show teeth, and we'll use teeth. All right, but we ought to be as lambs in the fold of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, all right, and the men on this earth that they set up. Men who tend and look after the flock, or tend to and look after the flock. And what you're going to find is that there are a lot of charlatans all throughout Israel, and you're going to find that there are some agents, okay? And for a lot of you, it's going to be too late for you when you find out. Now, this, I want to direct attention to. This is the Elder Yatazak up in Dallas video. Great Millstone ain't coming, because in the video, he's calling to all camps to go to Chicago, which is already in the upheaval due to illegals. This is they term. I'm using that term. Illegal aliens. There's all kind of shit going on up in Chicago. You got men. Well, he's promoting on behalf of with FYI or WFI, we call Wi-Fi. So he's making a call to arms on their behalf, right? Which, if you feel like those are men of the Lord, let the Lord deal with it. Because a prophet has a job to do, and his job doesn't involve carnality. Now, Oh yeah. Again, let me draw attention. This is Elder Yatazak's video up in Dallas, in this title, "Great Millstone Ain't Coming." All right, so he's calling for all of these camps, right, to come together just to prove some type of point to the world that's about to be destroyed. That I don't know what the point he's trying to make. What? We know the Bible better than you? We're tougher than you? I don't, what's the point in this? We got more numbers than you? This is all carnality. This is not what these scriptures are about. Now, yeah, and the brother's page is GMS Hagnos uh, uh, Anastrophe. All right, GMS Hagnos Anastrophe. So, and also watched the brother from GMS Watchman, and he went in on it real briefly. You know, now this man here again, he's a chief. In other words, a, a captain. I mean, he's over men. And he has this type of mindset. See, this is scary. But he's meant as a stumbling block. The Most High put him, Zabak, all these other camps are out here as stumbling blocks or for filters, to run filter for the refuge, you know, for the shaft. While the men of the Lord are going to um, gravitate towards the true men of the Lord, the elders and leaders, apostles of Great Millstone. Now, as mentioned, this is Matthew chapter 10, verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Do you get that? Let's go back and break this down. This is the Lord speaking. Behold, I send you forth. All right. That means, in a sense, I deputize you as apostles, because apostle means to send forth or send away. All right. So here's Yahushua apostolizing the 12. All right. Behold, I send you forth as sheep. All right. What do sheep do? Anybody, is anyone in the world threatened of a sheep? You know, even little babies will play with sheep. You know, sheep are not threatening. No one runs from sheep. You know, there may be a little bitty kids. You know, they don't know no better, or children. I hate using that term, kids. But you know, maybe little bitty children. But then, you know, you as a parent, you take them next to the sheep, show them, you know, let them pet it, you know, it's because they can do damage. But as a grown man, even a grown woman, uh, uh, you know, bigger children, no one's scared of a sheep. All right. And so that's us. And I'm trying to give you a mindset. All right. We're supposed to be non-threatening. You know, we're supposed to be cool, calm, and collective. And guess what? We're supposed to be, because just as our Lord, he was that lamb slain who was worthy to loose them 7 seals. We must be prepared to be sacrificed. We're in the spiritual sense, we are to make ourselves living sacrifices. That's in Romans 12. All right? Because we were sent forth as sheep. We're supposed to be sheep. Not out here ranting, raving as carnal lunatics, or just trying to be tough, or just prove, that we got some type of clout here in this world. No, we're to be sent forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. And the Lord said, be ye therefore wise as serpents. You see, we must utilize and implement wisdom. This is what the whole scriptures is about. This is what the Torah is about. All right. The entirety of these scriptures is to bring us to righteousness and teach us how to move wisely in this world among men. All right. Deuteronomy 4 and 5. That the world look at us and say, this is a wise and understanding people. All right. Because we follow Torah. So this is Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom. Be ye wise as serpents. Keep ye therefore the statutes and judgments. All right. Keep ye therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. All right. This was our privilege. All right. By birthright is to have these laws, statutes, and judgments to elevate us above humanity, that we should sit at the peak of mankind in the shining righteousness of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, that they may look at us and say, look, there's Zion. You see Zion? Now they say, look at these filthy ass, these low life ass niggas. Because y'all don't want to come back to your nationality. And then a lot of you that do, like Chief Eve, you do it uh, 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 a remnant, if not just a whole aura of the world on you. You know what I'm saying? You got these cats out here, they want to do Israel and do the world. All right? They want to preach the word and be looking clean, lined up, wearing fitteds and packing guns. And that's lukewarm. I don't care how many lessons you do, how many precepts you bring out. If you can't get rid of the world, you're lukewarm, because you got one foot in and you got one foot out, riding the fence. And that's the very definition of warm. The Lord say, I would that thou wert hot or cold. And that's the point. All right. Lukewarm is right in the middle, a mixture of both. That's what lukewarm is. It's a mixture of hot and cold. So if you can't give up the world and you trying to, you know, be that good looking, that prestigious Israelite, and get praise from this world, you'll eventually come to your ruin. All right, because you'll be doing or putting out decrees like this, not being in your right mind, not being in your right spirit, which is actually the same. But right, that's how deadly and dangerous this is when you're not in 100% truth. You do things based on ego, based on carnality, based on the flesh. But anyway, back to Deuteronomy 4 and 5, we supposed to be walking in these commandments. Now let me show you what the commandments say in the Torah. This is Exodus 23, verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. He's calling on the multitude to do what? To do evil. Sometimes evil is necessary, but in the sense of teaching the truth, it's not necessary, at least in initiating it. Sometimes you have to finish it. Oh, we'll finish evil, but we don't initiate it. And he's initiating evil. Evil means bad time. So he's calling on all these camps to go to Chicago to give some fucking Palestinians, this is the Palestinians, a evil time. So I don't know. Yeah. Again, I said this out on the block. I'm gonna say it here in this lesson. I don't have a dog in that fight. They're both getting ready to be my slaves. So y'all gonna fight it out, bomb each other, kill each other, and who's ever remaining, you going into slavery. I don't have a dog in that fight. Y'all kill each other up. I don't give up. I could care less. You know, I'm not in that. I have a fight, a battle within myself. I must overcome this flesh. I must overcome all of my iniquities, man, my shortcomings, my infirmities. I meant to say infirmities, but yes, I throw iniquities in there too. But I must overcome all of my infirmities, my weaknesses, my fears, my doubts. This very flesh that I'm enclosed in. Yeah, well, I must overcome this. All right. So I ain't got time to get involved in no politics. I'm trying to follow this Torah again. Exodus 23 and 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. So you got these Christians talking about the law is done away with. What, nigga? You gonna do away with wisdom? And that's why your ass is out here. And just as Nahum, the third chapter says, woe to the bloody city, Nahum 3 and 1, woe to the bloody city, it is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departed not. All right? And the prey of you Negroes, Latinos, and you Native Americans, because you won't come back to who you are and the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You know, they want to say that the law is done away with, but you can't know Yahweh Shah Mashiach unless you understand at least a little bit about the law. Because he is the law. And anyway, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a case to decline after many to wrest judgment. All right, so the point there being, of course, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. And uh, Chief Eve is doing just that. He's calling on and initiating a multitude to do evil. So, all of y'all out there, do not get caught up in your emotions and run your ass up to Chicago. All right, because this will bring me to another point I wanted to make is that And even the Apostle Tahar made this point with GMS that there are agents in every camp. And he was talking about in GMS. So how much these other camps that we don't know nothing was going on with the inner workings, all right, we done seen IUIC, ISUPK, saying, oh yeah, it's okay to get that. You been getting it, go on and get that. Or ain't nothing gonna happen to you. You get that. Agent behavior, all right? Some of these guys out here, especially when they say shit that doesn't make any sense, you can't find one precept to put with it. Jake ain't stupid, man. Jake ain't slow. If they saying something that doesn't make sense, it's pretty much because they're probably an agent. And again, I'm gonna say this again. I don't know the inner workings of these other camps. You know, I got a bishop the flock that the Lord put before me. So who knows if these guys been approached or not. Maybe Chief Eve is sincere, but he's sincerely wrong. Or maybe he's an agent calling to get you people set up. You got to beware of agents. All right. You got to beware of false flags. Hey, you got to beware of the setup. That's why the Lord said, I'm going to read it again. Be wise as serpents, even street smarts. You got to be wise. No, we don't act street or, nah, I mean, son. I mean, there's some jakes like that. Ain't none if that ain't you. What I'm saying is understanding how the streets move, how all of this shit works. You got to understand the inner workings. And the Lord said again, Matthew 10 and 16, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents. The serpent is known next to the owl. Those two are the wisest in the animal kingdom. All right. Okay, yes. And be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless. Okay, harmless as doves. This is a commandment. Okay, this is a commandment. When we talk about there are other commandments outside of the Torah, this is one of them. Lord ain't asking you here. He's given a commandment. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. No, not if you wish, be wise as serpents. No, he's commanding here. And in verse 17 it says what? But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. We are in that time. So you best beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils. Have the police swoop you up, have SWAT or National Guard run down on your ass. And you get charged with domestic terrorism. You better be careful out here with this bull, all that playing and shit. It'd be the worst thing since was Koresh, David Koresh. Who they set him up. So again, Matthew 10 and 17, but beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. You understand that? This is why going to Galatians 2 and 4, and that because of false brethren unawares brought in, who came in privately as agents, all right, to spy out our liberty, which we have in Masiyat, Yahweh Shai, that they might bring us into bondage. So, yes, understand that, man. All right? This truth ain't about a show of force. If you know anything at all about Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, he makes big points with small numbers. All right? He makes massive moves with minimum pieces. So anybody calling, yeah, everybody, y'all all come on, we got, yeah, more than likely it could be, but more at this particular time, that's not of the Most High. He wants us preaching this gospel, not clumped up together, all right, for the sake of envy and strife. He wants us scattered out as seeds, like you plant seeds in the earth. He wants us scattered out, bringing forth fruit. You don't put all your seeds in one spot. That's a waste. So keep preaching the gospel if you're preaching it. Preach it right. And cut out all the sensational, trying to sensationalize this truth and glamorize it. This is nothing glamorous. We will get our fame, fortune, and all of that in the kingdom. Right now, we're supposed to look like bums. All right, we're supposed to look silly. You know, we're supposed to be the undesired here. And with that, I'm gonna cut it, man, to the next one. Shalom.